and they are joined by their different parents, guardians, sponsors, and teachers, including principals who are anxiously waiting to receive their results. Sir, without much ado, allow me then to welcome the CEO of the Kenya National Examinations Council to make his remarks and run the rest of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. David Jengere with a round of applause. Thank you, sir, and talk over.
Thank you very much, Imelda, the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Education, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic Education, the Principal Secretary, State Department for Higher Education, the representatives of the Ministry of Interior, National Police Service, DCI, the chairperson of the Kenya National Examinations Council board, council members, fellow CEOs, representatives of the associations Kcse, Kcse, and Kenya Private Schools Association, staff from the Kenya National Examinations Council, members of the Fourth Estate, all invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. On behalf of the management of the Kenya National Examinations Council, I take this opportunity to welcome you all to this ceremony, which marks the release of the 2024 Kcse examination results. As Imelda has said, it is worth noting that the candidates whose results we are releasing today sat their KCPE examination in March 2021, being the first cohort whose examination calendar was disrupted by COVID-19. We therefore commend them for their resilience this far. A total of 512,000 candidates registered for the Kcse examination, recording an increase of 7.19%. Yes, the last time we had such an increase, I think in 2020. I wish to commend all the center managers for the efforts they made to ensure that all candidates registered within the stipulated timeframe. Assessment of the candidates started in January of 2024 with projects for agriculture, art and design, woodwork, metalwork, building construction, and computer studies. Field administration of theory papers and practicals was successfully undertaken between Tuesday, 22nd of October and Friday, 22nd of November, 2024. During this period, 10,754 examination centers that had registered candidates were served from 610 distribution centers across the country. Double collection of first and second session papers was successful, and this helped to eliminate the challenge of early exposure that a few centers used to engage in. So I wish to commend Kcse for having supported us in this innovation, because CS, I can confirm to you that last year and this year, we didn't have a single case of early exposure of the second session paper. This innovation also necessitated a change in the timetable to have one session administered in the morning and the second session administered in the afternoon. This allowed the candidates adequate time between the two sessions, unlike in the past when they only had 1 hour between the two sessions. A total of 125,000 contracted professionals were engaged in the field administration process. They included officers from the Ministry of Education, Teachers Service Commission, and security officers, center managers, supervisors, invigilators, and drivers. Allow me, CS, to thank this team for dedicating their time and sacrificing, sometimes in situations that were very challenging, especially when we had rains. Thereafter, the council engaged 30,370 examiners for the marking of the examination papers in 40 marking centers. I applaud all the examiners for their professionalism and commitment. CS, allow me to shift focus to the 2025 examination and assessment cycle. This year, NEC will administer Kcse to the third cohort of the competency-based education and the Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment to the first cohort that has just joined grade 9. We will also administer the Kenya pre-vocational level education assessment to 5,306 candidates with special needs who are following the stage-based pathway of the competency-based education. In readiness for the Kenya Junior Secondary Education Assessment, NEC undertook a pilot in July 2024 by administering the assessment to learners in 235 schools sampled from all the 47 counties. The pilot findings were used to develop the assessment blueprint that will be used for this level. I wish to inform everyone that NEC has developed and uploaded sample papers for the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment, and they are available on the NEC CBA portal. These papers, CS, I wish to reiterate, they are free because we know that there are enterprising Kenyans who will attempt to download them and start selling to schools. These papers are free. NEC will also be sending an online questionnaire to the candidates of the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment through their schools to elicit feedback on their interests and personality, which will form part of the crucial information that the Ministry of Education will use to guide in their placement in senior schools in 2026. NEC will commence registration of the 2025 Kcse candidates on the 27th of January 2025, while registration of Kenya Junior School Education Assessment and Kcse will start on 17th of February. I wish to appeal to all center managers to ensure that all candidates are registered accurately. CS, this is one area that we usually have a very big challenge, the capture of candidates' registration details. Parents too need to take it as their responsibility to coordinate with the schools so that every candidate is registered and their details are accurate, especially the spelling of their names and the order of their names and the subjects that they will be registering for. Further, I wish to remind the public that the last Kcse examination will be administered in 2027. And therefore, we wish to invite any person who wishes to do a repeat, either partial or full, of the examination to take advantage of the remaining 3 chances. At this point, allow me to invite the chair of the Teacher Service Commission to come and make his remarks, and thereafter invite the chair of the NEC Council, Professor Nyabundi. Thank you.
Thank you. The CS, the PS is present. Allow me to ride on the established protocol. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year. Thank you. Let me start by saying it's an honor to start before you to mark this significance of 2024 Kenya Certificate of Secondary results. Ladies and gentlemen, I take this opportunity to express the Commission's deep gratitude to our teachers who supervised, invigilated, and marked the examinations. Their commitment and diligence ensured that the entire process was conducted with the highest standards of integrity and fairness. Your efforts, teachers, have been instrumental in ensuring that the exam was done well. The 2024 Kcse was conducted between October 22nd and November 22nd, marking a significant milestone for our learners. Today's results are not just numbers, they represent the culmination of months of hard work and dedication by learners, supported by teachers and parents. To the candidates, we congratulate you on this achievement and wish you success as you transition to the next phase of life. On behalf of the Teacher Service Commission, we commend the Cabinet Secretary for leading the sector and coordinating interministerial team that ensured this critical milestone is realized. To the candidates who will receive their results today, I wish you success in your future endeavors. Remember, this is not the end of your journey, but a stepping stone to the next phase of your life. Ladies and gentlemen, as a commission, we remain committed to addressing the challenges facing the teaching service, particularly those related to teacher shortages. Through the support of the national government, we have recruited 76,000 teachers over the past 2 years to strengthen the implementation of CBC. Of these, 20,000 teachers are teacher interns who have reported to the schools, junior secondary schools, this term, marking a significant milestone as grade 9 learners begin their academic journey this week. Notably, the 20,000 interns are strategically targeted to increase the number of science teachers, a critical area in advancing STEM education. This focus is aimed in equipping our learners with the skills and knowledge necessary to thrive in a dynamic and technologically driven world. In addition, I'm pleased to note that the government has, over the last 2 years, provided the Commission with additional funding to promote teachers. This financial year, the Commission is conducting interviews to promote a total of 25,288 teachers across the various grades. We encourage all eligible teachers to take advantage of this opportunity to advance their careers. These promotions are a testament to our commitment of fostering professional growth and recognizing the hard work of our teachers. Allow me to say that in total, from last year to this year, we have promoted 59,792 teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Commission also continues to prioritize capacity building of our teachers and development. To date, we have already done 292 primary school teachers retooling, as well as an additional 60,000 junior secondary school teachers were trained to support the junior secondary schools. These programs ensure that our teachers are equipped with the skills to effectively implement the CBC and meet the diverse needs of our learners. These efforts underscores our commitment to ensuring that the learners in public schools receive quality education. Ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I wish to reiterate the Commission's gratitude to all the teachers for their invaluable contributions, not just in preparing candidates for examinations, but also in nurturing and shaping the future of our nation. Your dedication inspires us to continue working hard, support you, and enhance education sector. Together, let us try to provide every learner in Kenya with the quality education they deserve. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you. Welcome, please. Let me welcome the chair of NEC. Please, let's bring our hands together to welcome the chair to make his remarks.
Good morning, everybody. The Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Mr. Julius Mingos Ogamba, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education, Dr. Bailey Okipsang, the Principal Secretary, State Department of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Uganda Nyangala, council members of NEC present, CEOs of other government agencies, directors from the Ministry of Education, TSC directors, center managers present, representatives from security agencies and other ministries, representatives from religious education boards, staff of the Kenya National Examination Council, members of the press present, all invited guests. Good morning once again. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for this official release of the Kcse examination results. Cabinet Secretary, sir, allow me to start by introducing NEC members present here today. This is a very heavy council, and my first and most important member here is none other than my PS, Dr. Bello Kcse. Next member present is Director of KCD, Professor Charles Ongondo. Then I have Director of Quality Assurance and Standards from the Ministry, Madam Evelyn Owoko. I have a representative from National Treasury who is not here now. Oh, you see? Mr. Peter Njoroge. We also have, in absentia, the TSC CEO, Dr. Nancy Machari, represented here today. And we also appreciate the presence of TSC Chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, the Kenya National Examination Council is mandated to conduct school and tertiary assessments and examinations and certify learners on their achievements. The Council is committed to upholding the credibility of national examinations. This is enshrined in our mission statement of quality education assessment and credible certification. I wish to thank the government of Kenya for providing NEC with resources through the Ministry of Education that enable us to successfully administer national examinations. As a council, you have taken up the responsibility of ensuring that these resources are efficiently utilized to deliver credible national examinations. At this juncture, I would also like to express my gratitude to the Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Migos Ogamba, for the leadership he has provided to ensure that our team delivers on NEC mandate. Your continued support, sir, is beneficial to the candidates and the council. Ladies and gentlemen, as has been mentioned by the CEO of NEC, NEC carried out a pilot study of the Kenya Junior School Education Assessment in preparation for its rolling out this year. I take cognizance of the immense support accorded to us by various education agencies during this exercise. And this is important because we're going to do it for the first time. I urge all stakeholders to ensure that all processes related to the inaugural administration of these assessments are carried out smoothly. Ladies and gentlemen, today we present to you the results of the 2024 Kcse candidates. I take this opportunity to appreciate the candidates whose results we are releasing today. Similarly, I thank the center managers, supervisors, and all field officers for their diligent service and for embracing the innovations that were put in place this year and administering the 2024 Kcse examination successfully. I think I need to mention that one of the most significant innovations was that of having examination scripts without names, numbers, or schools. I believe it helped to enhance our integrity. The double pickup of examinations was important to us. We will continue to put in place steps that will further enhance integrity of the exams. And as we appreciate all the center directors, center managers, we also wish to encourage them to be more diligent in ensuring that there is no interference with the exams in any manner that would affect integrity of examinations. So to that extent, I take the opportunity to thank you for presiding over this occasion, Madam Cabinet Secretary. At this juncture, allow me to invite the CEO Teacher Service Commission, who's already done his job. But then I want to now to invite the Principal Secretary, State Department of Basic Education, who will then invite all his colleagues at his pleasure. Thank you very much.
Asante sana, Chair. Our Cabinet Secretary, Amigos Okamba, my colleague Kcse Patrice Inyangala, the Chair of our Council, the CEO, our representative for this CEO Teacher Service Commission, Antonina. Good morning. Before I make some remarks and invite the Cabinet Secretary, I would wish to invite my colleague, Dr. Patrice Inyangala, to make some remarks. Karibu, Patrice.
Our Cabinet Secretary for Education, Honorable Julius Migos Ogamba, my colleague PS, Dr. Belio Kipsang, the Chairperson of the Kenya National Examination Council, Professor Julius Nyabudi, the Chairperson of the Teacher Service Commission, Dr. Jamlek Muturi, the CEO of NEC, Dr. David Jangere, NEC Council members, senior officers from NEC, the Ministry, and the Teacher Service Commission, members of the Fourth Estate, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is my pleasure to reflect on the significance of this moment, and I invite all of us not just to think about the results, but to think about the skills that collectively our lecturers, our teachers and mentors have helped to mold our students, the communication, the collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity, because these are the skills that are going to define who they become in life. And most importantly, it is our responsibility to think about the hidden curriculum, that which is not examined. How are we, as members of the public, affecting our students to mold their character? That said, I'm very excited to welcome the of the universities. We are ready and prepared to help them realize their full potential so that they can make a great contribution in shaping our country. I thank you all.
Thank you very much, PS. Once again, I would want to take this opportunity to thank all of us, thank God for the successful completion of last year's Kcse examinations administration cycle, as our Cabinet Secretary today releases these results this time in January 2025. I would want to also thank all of us and the patience that we have had in ensuring that our children receive that which they labored for the last 4 years. And again, the calendar of education that has just ended has been quite successful, as the ministry was able to go and deliver upon a number of targets that we set out for ourselves. Notwithstanding that, yes, there were some challenges that we also had to surmount. And some of the deliverables that we were able to deliver on in this particular year were among them the construction of the junior school classrooms. And at this juncture, I want to thank our heads of institution, our head teachers in our junior school for ensuring that the resources that we placed on them, they were able to optimize on it, and that we were able to therefore achieve our objective of ensuring that our children had classrooms. Again, we would want to also mention that we were able to distribute the necessary books, revamping our ICT infrastructure, engaging with our teachers' colleges to ensure that they also have the necessary facilities as they train our future teachers, among a few others. And with regard to the examination and assessment, I would want to mention, as we mentioned last year, that we were able to successfully phase out the KCPE that we did as the last one last year, as we embark ourselves in preparing for the next stage of assessment, which will be Kenya Junior School Assessment. I would also want to affirm that the State Department for Basic Education is committed to delivering in line with global and national goals, that which we have been set out to do. To this end, I will affirm that we have developed the necessary policies, regulations that will guide us into the future as we implement the competence-based education, looking forward to our first cohort joining senior school next year. And also to affirm that now 3 of the levels have attained the full cycles. The PP1, that is the ECD, have already achieved the full cycle in PP1 and PP2. Our primary schools have achieved the full cycle from grade 1 to grade 6. The junior school has now also achieved the full cycle of grade 7, 8, and 9. And therefore, we look forward to the critical step of going to the junior school, to the senior school next year. And with the guidance of the Cabinet Secretary, we shall be ensuring that we put in place all the necessary guidelines and anything that will be needed to ensure the success of moving forward to the next level. And with regard to the Kcse examination, as already mentioned by the CEO and the chair, we thank all the stakeholders that were able to work with us in ensuring that the exam was successfully implemented. Finally, we would wish to implore on our teachers, our parents and guardians to continue being good role models of the future generation that they are entrusted to take care of. Because as it is said, children learn what they live, and also children live what they learn. Please, as adults, as parents, as teachers, as leaders, let's ensure that we are better role models to our young ones as we go into the future. The youth are a reflection of the society that we live in. We must all therefore put concerted efforts in instilling good morals and discipline in our learners, in our children, to ensure that we have a better future as a country. Ladies and gentlemen, without taking my time, I know Kenyans are waiting anxiously for these results. It is my humble duty to now invite the Cabinet Secretary to make his remarks and thereafter release the results for the 2024 cohort of Kcse. Karibu sir.
Thank you. Thank you, PS. Please be seated. The Principal Secretary, State Department for Basic Education, Dr. Belio Kipsang. The Principal Secretary, Department of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Beatrice Nyangala. The Chairperson, Kenya National Examination Council, Professor Julius Nyabundi. Chairperson, Teacher Service Commission, Mr. Jamlek Muturi. The CEO, Kenya National Examination Council, Dr. David Njengere. The NEC Council members present, the senior government officials from the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Interior, and all other government ministries present, representatives of education-related unions and associations, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. For the first time, in more than 30 years, I stand here today to speak about a secondary school subsector which henceforth faces a massive transformation arising from the first implementation of the competency-based education. I say this because the exit of the 2024 Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education examination candidates from our high schools and absence of Form 1 class in 2025 now means that we have a trimmer senior school section of classes ranging from Form 2 to Form 4. In sync with these changes, our first cohort of CBE learners who joined grade 9 this year will be transitioning to grade 10 in 2026, calling for an urgent and formidable measure to ensure our senior schools are ready for the CBC pioneers. With the release of the 2024 Kcse results today, we have started a gradual phase out of an examination that has been offered for 35 years, with the last one expected to be held in 2027. I therefore wish to immensely thank all our education sector stakeholders who have year after year put their best foot forward to ensure they adequately prepare our Kcse candidates to administer the annual examinations ever so successfully and smoothly. Today, we are releasing the 2024 Kcse examination results for the 962,512 candidates, all of whom we have cleared to join various higher learning institutions to pursue careers of their choice. For in our education system, we have created space for all our Kcse graduates, irrespective of their grades, in line with our government mantra of leaving no one behind. With immense gratitude, I register my appreciation to His Excellency the President, Dr. William Ruto, for entrusting and fully supporting our team to implement critical reforms in the education sector. Given that the education sector impacts each household at an individual level, I have promised to meticulously lead the sector in the rollout of the reforms proposed under the Presidential Working Party on Education Reform with precision and success. I take this opportunity to thank all the sector players from the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Interior and National Administration, the Ministry of ICT, the Teacher Service Commission, and all other MDAs for their concerted efforts during the administration period of the 2024 Kcse examination. Further, I wish to thank all center managers, supervisors, and invigilators who participated in the conduct the 2020 of our education system. Before I delve into the 2024 Kcse examination, pardon me to touch on a few other issues affecting the education sector. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year on Monday, January 6th, 2025, marked a critical in our that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 2024 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9. Thank you. I think I should take that again. The start of the 2025 academic calendar year that we started on Monday, the 6th of 2025, marked an incredible watershed in our sustained implementation of the CBC. As a government, I'm proud to announce that we surmounted the expected challenges in efforts to place all the 24 grade 8 learners in classrooms at grade 9, the highest level of junior school. As we speak now, we have constructed 14,500 classrooms for our grade 9 learners, and we are set to achieve the target of 16,000 by the end of this month. This has been made possible by the government's generous disbursement of Kenya shillings 11 billion to schools across the country for the construction of 11,000 grade 9 classrooms. A further 6.8 billion was allocated to the National Government Constituency Development Bank Fund, being 3.4 billion from the Ministry of Education and 3.4 billion in matching funds from CDF for 6,800 classrooms. Further, the 18 constituencies in Nairobi have been allocated a total of 1 billion Kenya shillings for infrastructure development through the National Government Constituency Development Fund. I wish to most sincerely thank all our members of parliament in cooperation and efforts in the construction of the classrooms for junior school. Additionally, the ministry will construct a further 7,290 classrooms to address the increased enrollment to ensure smooth transition for the cohort. The ministry has also procured 9,926,618 textbooks for grade 9, which have been distributed to schools, with the exercise expected to be completed by the end of this month. I have directed the Kenya Institute of Curriculum Development to work robustly and ensure that all required textbooks and other instruction materials are available for use by our learners. Having successfully transitioned to the highest level in junior school, our focus will now shift to starting off senior school in January 2026. Under the senior school, we are expected to mount 3 pathways for our learners. These are the STEM pathway, the social sciences pathway, and the arts and sports pathway. As part of our preparations, we have already worked on guidelines for the transition and placement of learners to grade 10. To ensure that all key players have taken part in the formulation of the guidelines, we will be subjecting the draft documents to a stakeholder validation exercise from February 2025. The Ministry of Education has noted with great concern a disturbing situation where some senior schools are returning to the banned practice of charging levies. I wish to put it on record that the government will not condone the practice and will take stern action against school administrators who are found to be levying extra charges on parents. I must emphasize that the fees charged in our secondary schools remain the same as was the case in 2024. As promised last week, the Ministry of Education is liaising with the National Treasury to ensure that 48 billion Kenya shillings capitation grants for our primary, junior, and secondary schools levels for Term 1, 2025 are disbursed using the data captured under our National Education Management Information System. I wish to state that the government has kept enhancing measures aimed at ensuring high levels of efficiency and effectiveness in the administration of national examinations. Starting this year and following extensive stakeholder consultations, I wish to announce that Kenya National Examination Council will introduce a mid-year series of the Kcse examination to be administered in July every year. The examination will target candidates wishing to repeat the Kcse examination and those who may have missed sitting in examinations due to sickness or other unexpected hardships. Adult candidates may also consider registering for the July series examination from this year. As part of aligning our examination process with best global assessment practices, the ministry is working on integrating the use of Orbit readers and phase out braille machines in the administration of the Kcse examination, I now wish to provide an overview of the performance of the 2024 Kcse examination cohort. During the 2024 Kcse examination, a total of 962,512 candidates sat the examination compared to 899,453 candidates in 2023. This represents an increase of 64,553 candidates, or 7.19%. Out of the candidates who sat for the 2024 Kcse examinations, 480,310 were male, while 482,202 were female, representing a 49.9% and 50.1% respectively. This is the first time since inception of Kcse examination that female candidates are more than the male candidates. During the year 2024, the Kcse examination, 14 counties had a significant entry of more male than female candidates. These counties include Garissa, which had 62.8% against 37.17%. Mandera, 63.83% against 36.17%. Wajir had 60.27% against 39.73%. Turkana had 59.64% against 40.36%. Samburu had 53.41% against 46.59%. Narok had 52.77% against 47.23%. Homa Bay had 52.81% against 47.19%. West Pokot had 53.52% against 46.48%. Mombasa had 51.31% against 48.83%. Migori had 51.02% against 48.98%. Embu had 51.09% against 48.91%. Kcse had 51.03% against 48.97%. Nyamira had 51.39% against 48.61%, and Baringo had 51.67% against 48.69%. On the other hand, 14 counties had significant entry more female than male candidates as follows. Vihiga had 55.15% against 44.85%. Elgeyo Marakwet had 53.76% against 46.24%. Kirinyaga had 51.46% against 48.54%. Meru had 51.69% against 48.31%. Kiambu had 52.78% against 47.22%. Nairobi had 52.41% against 47.59%. Kisumu had 52.39% against 47.61%. Kitui had 51.14% against 48.86%. Taita Taveta had 51.45% against 48.55%. Kwale had 53.31% against 46.69%. Isiolo had 52.11% against 47.89%. Tharaka Nithi had 52.06% against 47.94%. Kakamega had 51.80% against 48.20%, and Uasin-Gishu had 51.06% against 48.94%. The number of candidates aged between 16 and below increased from 16,040, which is 1.776% 2023 to 20,546, which is 2.129% in 2024. The highest percentage of candidates registered for the 2024 Kcse examinations were within the appropriate age brackets of between 17 and 19 years, constituting 684,765, which is 70.95% of the total candidature. The percentage of candidates who are 20 years and above constituted 22.07%, or 259,861. Out of the 30 subjects offered in 2024 Kcse examination, 17 subjects recorded a significant improvement in performance. These subjects were mathematics alternative A and B, biology, physics, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, IRA, agriculture, woodwork, metalwork, drawing and design, aviation technology, computer studies, Kenya Sign Language, and business studies. 10 subjects recorded a drop in performance, and these were English, Kiswahili, biology for the blind, CRE, home science, building construction, electricity, French, Germany, and music. Female candidates recorded better mean score performance than male candidates in the following 7 subjects: English 101, Kiswahili 102, Kenya Sign Language 504, French 501, Home Science 441, CRE 313, and Art and Design 442. Male candidates, on the other hand, had a better mean score performance than female candidates in 3 subjects, and these are mathematics alternative A and B, biology and biology for the blind, physics, chemistry, general science, history and government, geography, IRE, woodwork, metalwork, building and construction, power mechanics, electricity, drawing and design, aviation technology, agriculture, computer studies, German, Arabic, music, and business studies. As it was in 2023 Kcse examination, the 2024 Kcse examination results have been graded using the reviewed grading system, in which the overall grade at Kcse examination has considered mathematics the best performed language among 3, that is English, Kiswahili, Kenyan Sign Language, and the best performed 5 subjects. There were 1,693, or 0.18% candidates who obtained an overall grade A in the year 2024 Kcse examination, compared to 1,216, or 0.14% candidates in 2023. The number of candidates with direct university entry qualifications of grade C+ and above was 246,391, translated to 25.53% in the year 2024, compared to 201,133, which is 22.27% in the year 2023. And this is attributed to the improved or new grading system. The number of candidates with grade C-, which is TVET diploma and above, was 476,889, translated to 49.41% in the year 2024 Kcse examination, compared to 401,216, which is translated to 44.42% in 2023. The number of candidates attaining a pass grade, which is grade D+ and above, was 605,774, which is 62.76% in the year 2024 Kcse examination, compared to 526,222, which is 58.27% in 2023. To enhance the credibility of the examination process, for the first time, candidates' examination question papers was personalized and anonymized. This helps to improve objectivity during marking and holding candidates personally responsible for any irregularities. There were 840 candidates who were involved in examination irregularities in 2024, and their examination results have been called. The Council is empowered in law as provided in the Kenya National Examination Council, Handling of Examination Irregularities, Rules of 2015, Legal Notice number 132 of 2015, Rule number 8, to withhold the results of any candidate or examination center suspected of having been involved in an examination irregularity or malpractice pending completion of investigations. To this end, the results of 2,829 candidates suspected to have involved in the examination irregularities have been withheld pending completion of investigations that should be completed within a period of 30 days from the official release of examination results, which is today. It is unfortunate that a few contracted professionals and teachers are still insistent on ruining the future of our learners by subjecting them to examination malpractices. 91 contracted professionals were reported to have been involved in aiding examination malpractices. Firm disciplinary action will be taken against such teachers. Individual 2024 Kcse candidate examination results will be accessed online through a secure on the NEC website or directly through the following website: https://results.nec.ac.ke. Candidates will be required to enter the candidate's index number and any one of the names as per the registration data for the 2024 examination results. The results will be available immediately after the end of this function. Any candidate with difficulties in accessing individual results is advised to call NEC toll-free number 080-0724-900 or 080-0721-410. It is now my humble duty and privilege to declare the 2024 Kcse examination results officially released. I wish all the candidates success in their future endeavors, and I wish all of you a happy new year 2025. Thank you and God bless you.
We will request that the results are officially now handed over by the CEO to the chairman, Professor Nyabudi. Then the chairman will then hand over to the PS. And of course, you can see the PS higher, handing over also and ready to receive to the CS. Can we put our hands together to appreciate that gesture? Thank you very much. And now we are ready to transition the learners to their next phase of life. Thank you very much, and we can take our seats. As we take our seats, allow me, sir, to invite Mr. Ahmed Mtanga to come and give us the closing prayer, and thereafter, then we shall proceed for the tree planting by our chief guest after the prayer. Mr. Mtanga.